Did you know that one teen becomes a regular smoker every 4 hours in New Mexico? That adds up to 2,100 teens every year. Crazy, right? 90% of smokers started before they graduated high school. If kids don't start smoking as a teen, they are much less likely to smoke as adults. That's why it's important that schools send the right message. Even though New Mexico has a state law that requires all schools to have a tobacco-free policy, not every school has an approach to create a 100% tobacco-free environment. In fact, New Mexico has the third highest rate in the country of high school students who smoke on school property. What message is sent when adults turn a blind eye to tobacco? We have to do better. That's where the 24/7 campaign comes in. The 24/7 campaign is working toward 100% tobacco-free schools, which means no tobacco of any kind, anytime, anywhere on school grounds. So what does a truly tobacco-free school look like anyway? Well, there are 6 components that tobacco-free schools need to have, and we call them the 6 C's. Commitment, comprehensive, communication, compliance, cessation, and cultural competence. Let's go over what they actually mean. First, commitment. We have to get administrators on board with creating a place where tobacco use is not acceptable. We're doing this by talking with school administrators in New Mexico and by educating our community, including students, staff, and parents, about why tobacco-free schools are so important to protect youth from tobacco use. Next, we have to have a comprehensive policy. All school districts in New Mexico have tobacco-free policies, but there are some loopholes that we need to work on. One common loophole is when the policy only covers students, so teachers, administrators, and school visitors can still use tobacco on school grounds. Another common loophole? The school is only tobacco-free during school hours, not after school, like during football games. Some policies also only cover school grounds, but not off-campus school activities, like prom or field trips. One of the biggest loopholes? Only banning the use of tobacco, not the possession of tobacco. Once schools have a strong, comprehensive policy, we have to get the word out so that people know what the policy is. We do that with communication. We have to make sure everyone knows and understands the new policy. When kids know what to expect, they are more likely to succeed at following the rules. Compliance is about making sure people follow the policy. Administrators need to make sure all staff members actually enforce and follow the rules 100% of the time. A comprehensive tobacco-free policy details the consequences for first, second, or third offenders, and the policy must be enforced for teachers and staff too, not just students. Next, we have to do more than just tell people to stop smoking. Some people need help to quit. That's what cessation support is about. Our schools should provide access to programs and resources to help students and staff overcome tobacco addiction. There are really cool websites that offer youth free help to quit using tobacco, and staff, like school nurses, can be trained to work with youth individually. Lastly, we have to make sure tobacco-free policies are culturally competent. It is important to understand the cultural diversity of New Mexicans and the role of tobacco in these cultures. There is a huge difference between tobacco use for sacred and ceremonial purposes and commercial tobacco use. Also, factors like gender, income level, ethnicity, and whether you live in a city or a rural area are related to how much people use tobacco. We have to consider these factors when implementing and enforcing a tobacco-free policy. So those are the 6 C's: commitment, comprehensive policy, communication, compliance, cessation, and cultural competence. If we can get every school in New Mexico to commit to these 6 components of a tobacco-free policy, our schools will be safer and healthier places. Let's send a strong message that tobacco use is not acceptable at school. Learn how you can get involved at 247newmexico.com.